In a small village lived an old woman named Zainat. Her only treasure in life was her son, Faraz, the only hope she had left. Faraz was an intelligent boy and was known as the brightest student in the village school. Zainat worked day and night, sometimes in the fields, sometimes sewing clothes for other women, just to support her son's education. The villagers often said to Zainat, "Why do you work so hard? One day your son will leave for the city and forget you." Zainat would smile and reply, "A son never forgets his mother. My Faraz will fulfill my dreams one day." Every night, Faraz sat beside her, pressing her tired hands and saying, "Mother, one day I will become a great man, and I will give you a palace to live in." These words always brought tears of joy to Zainat's eyes. Time passed, and Faraz continued to secure first position in school. His teacher advised that he should go to the city to pursue higher education. Hearing this, Zainat's eyes filled with both happiness and fear. Happiness because her son would study further, and fear because he would spend less time with her. Zainat borrowed money from the landlord, with great difficulty to send her son to the city. She sold her old sari to buy him a new suit and shoes. When Faraz was leaving for the city, she placed the Holy Quran on his head and bid him farewell. Her son hugged her tightly and said, "Mother, I'll be back very soon." Upon reaching the city, Faraz devoted himself entirely to his studies. He worked hard day and night, always topping his classes. But as time passed, his letters to his mother became less frequent. At first, a letter came every week, then once a month, and eventually even those stopped. Zainat would wait for the postman every day, hoping for her son's letter. Sometimes she sat under the tree, sometimes at the threshold of her mud house, eyes fixed on the road. When the postman came empty-handed, she would return inside with a heavy heart. The villagers mocked her. "Didn't we tell you? Sons forget their mothers once they leave for the city." But Zainat never believed them. Every day she prayed for her son's success. Sitting outside the mosque, she raised her hands and said, "O Allah, grant my son success." Meanwhile, Faraz was chasing studies and work in the city day and night. He never realized that his mother was growing weaker with age. Years passed, and Faraz finally secured a job in a large company. His lifestyle changed completely. He now lived in a modern apartment in the city. He made new friends, attended big gatherings, and lived in comfort. He hardly found time to write letters or even remember his village. Back in the village, Zainat's health deteriorated day by day. She lay feverish, calling out her son's name in loneliness. She always felt he would return any moment, but the door remained empty, and her wait grew longer. One day, the landlord demanded his money back, but she had nothing to give. She mortgaged a corner of her small hut just to survive. Faraz had no idea about his mother's suffering. Zainat comforted herself thinking, "My son will come one day and fix everything." Meanwhile, Faraz was climbing the ladder of success in the city. He became a manager. He bought a new car, wore expensive suits, and dined in five-star hotels. But when anyone asked about his village, he quickly changed the subject. He felt ashamed of his humble roots. In the village, Zainat's illness worsened. The village imam wrote a letter to Faraz. "Your mother is very sick. Come quickly." The letter reached the city, but never reached Faraz's eyes. He was too busy in a meeting, and the letter remained buried under files on his desk. One night, Zainat struggled to breathe. She called her neighbor and whispered, "Tell my son, His mother remembered him one last time. Her eyes filled with tears, but her lips prayed continuously. "O Allah, keep my son happy." A few days later, news spread in the village. Zainat had passed away. The villagers mourned, but whispered, her son forgot her long ago. At last, the letter reached Faraz, and as he read it, his world collapsed. Flashes of his childhood with his mother filled his eyes with tears. Crying, Faraz rushed to the village, but it was too late. The soil on his mother's grave was still fresh. He fell onto the grave, crying and screaming her name. "Mother, please forgive me. Just once, forgive me." But there was no reply from the grave, only silence. Faraz realized that all the success in the world was meaningless without his mother. That day became the greatest regret of his life. And in the silence of the grave, only one prayer echoed. "O Allah, keep my son happy." Moral of the story: all the success in the world means nothing without a mother's love and prayers. A child who forgets his mother always ends up living with regret.